Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, and this is Straight Cut DIY. In this channel here, I'm going to be taking you along on my journey as I move to remodel my basement. We purchased this home a couple years ago, right at the beginning of the pandemic, and it is our hope to reclaim this space in the basement. It's about just a little over 700 square feet down here, and we're going to be transforming it into a nicer laundry area, a little place to hang out, and just kind of, sprucing it up a little bit. So here, let me show you around. So we'll go ahead and get started over here at the laundry area. You can see it's a washer and dryer. Very rough. This is a typical 1940s Pittsburgh basement. Right now we're just doing beverage storage. Yeah, we got a closet over there. Pan back over this way here. A very old leaky concrete sink. Some old shelving. Some temporary PEX piping that we put in when we first moved in to see if the sink would work, but then there was a reason we found out why. The plumbing had been disconnected to it because this thing leaks like a sieve. Over this way here, you can see just right now we got our freezers thrown over there. Winterizing some plants, although yeeks, those don't look so good. Show you a little bit what's going on over here. These windows are obviously getting replaced. They're the original steel single pane glass windows. Here's a very interesting thing I thought. Let's look down at the floor. This white area. Somebody did a really terrible patch job. This isn't going to come through on camera, I'm sure. However, let's see if you can hear this. That sounds solid, but there is a significant hump in this patch job that they did. I'd say the difference between the top of the white area to, like, say over here, which is about 4 feet away, is a good 2 inches. So this is all mounded up, and then if we turn around and come over here, again, just for reference, back to the washer and dryer over there, this whole area underneath here, maybe you can hear that. Sounds very hollow. So definitely there's been some settling underneath there. I'm not exactly sure at this point yet what we're going to do, but there's definitely going to be some concrete repair happening over here. We'd also talked about possibly putting a sink over here, so we may be channeling for plumbing drains anyhow. So let's continue along here, and of course, here's the floor drain, which is sloping over from here. So I don't know if this was because of a floor. Honestly, I can't even begin to imagine why they would have dug this up in the first place, because there's no utilities over here whatsoever. Prior to closing on the house, we had the previous owner put in an internal French drain with a sump pump, and that's what you're seeing that black dimple material going all around the bottom of the floor there. That is just part of the French drain system. There was also some shifting with the foundation, and they put in these carbon fiber straps as well, and it's a unique system with an epoxy and everything. I've never quite seen anything like this particular system before. And overall, I mean, we're really just trying to make this a fully finished basement, framed, studded out, with drywall and an actual drywalled ceiling. So as I've moved over here, you can see this is just the boiler and water heater over here. So our plan is to, let's see here. Our plan is to frame a wall around the utility area, and it's going to go straight down basically past the boiler. It's going to dead end into this wall over here. And you know, you might be thinking, well, you're going to lose that window, and you're right, but that daylight that's coming in there is nice. But what we're going to do is put a door along this wall here with a glass door, so that natural light still continues to come into the basement. So let's go ahead and talk about the biggest elephant in the room, which is this boiler and these radiator pipes that are going, you know, all over the whole ceiling here. So these pipes are dropped down a good, these mains are dropped down a good foot from the ceiling. And then the branch lines for supply and returns are probably about 8 inches. So what we're going to do is remove all of them. We're going to repipe this entire boiler and get those up out of the way. We're going to be going with PEX PEX for those, and that's going to obviously include getting rid of this very oversized large expansion tank, which currently, if you can see, is hanging probably about 7-8 inches down from that ceiling joist right there. So that's going to be probably one of the biggest challenges down here, is going to be repiping all of this. We're going to get everything tied up into the rafters and just relocated. Over here, I mean, it's just amazing to me. So if you look up here, you see there's a ball valve that comes off this branch, and the return over there. They legitimately took out a radiator that was in the bathroom on the second floor and decided that they were going to, instead of capping it off, they were just going to put ball valves on the end of them. So I'm just thinking, you know, all it takes is some unknowing person to come down here and twist off, you know, open this up, and you're going to have some pretty hot water flying at your face. So obviously that's going to get addressed even if the radiator lines weren't being removed. So let's go ahead and continue over this way and talk a little bit about, oh, there's that beep. We'll talk about that beep in a bit. It's just a closet underneath the stairs coming down. We're not sure what's going to happen in there. This is a network rack that I've had for years, and I'm trying to get this back in service with my servers and whatnot. So I'm thinking that this may become a network closet, and this is just going to slide back in there. But let's go ahead and continue over here. So see here, you know, old set of stairs. You know, we're going to be sprucing these up, to say the least. And then let's come around over to this area here, which is currently, embarrassingly, my tool storage. But it's about to become the bathroom, because in here we have a Pittsburgh potty, which is kind of dark in here. I'm not sure how much you're going to see, but look at this. Oh, spooky. It's like right out of a horror story. Anyhow, that is what we have going on there. And then we spin around here. Of course, we got a window, another one of those steel single pane glass windows that's getting replaced. And I don't even think you can see over there, but there's a toilet down there that does not have a tank, and there's a hole in the wall going into the closet that we were just looking at underneath the steps. So there was a bathroom down here at one point. In fact, the toilet paper is still hanging here from Lord knows when. I'm pretty sure that these curtains on this window in this shade are probably from the 40s. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna be tackling here with that. But what we're gonna hope to do is put in a shower in there. Obviously, it's getting all new fixtures and whatnot. This wall is going to be coming down. Back up here. So this wall comes down, and it's going to get bopped out probably somewhere halfway between where it is now and this door frame here. So it's probably going to come out another like 4.5 feet or so. So it's going to give us a decent sized bathroom. It should be just about 9 by 7, I think 9 by 6. So we'll have a nice full bath down here. Okay, let's go ahead and look behind door number 3, I guess technically this is. Maybe. Okay. Sorry about that. So, welcome to the dungeon. Nah, I'm just kidding. So this is technically outside, underneath the porch area is where we're at right now. And we are looking at the old coal cellar door, coal chute door, I guess I should say. And that's obviously gonna get all sealed up and insulated. Old boiler in here. I'm still not sure what to do with that. And then we're gonna go and probably, I think we're gonna go ahead and stud this out. It is pretty chilly in here, so not a lot happening, but what we're probably gonna end up doing is putting the freezer that was in the other corner in here, and then just doing this, you know, some storage in here for totes and miscellaneous stuff. I have this network cable coming in here from out front for a security camera that we put in last year, but you know, never hooked up obviously. And then of course, as I was mentioning the concrete, we're going to be doing that. So I got the concrete mixer sitting in here for the time being, but you know, nothing too exciting happening in that room. And then in here, this is just another small room. It's quite cold in here. Definitely not heated, but again, it's outside underneath the porch. So main gas line for the house comes in through here. So we're probably, again, we're gonna stud this out. This is just gonna become storage. It does have this nice natural light coming in here. Of course, this window will get replaced. The little bit of remnants of old plumbing and whatnot up here will be coming out as well. Still not sure, you know, we'll probably do something here to help spruce up this door, but I think this original door is gonna remain on here. And we may even take the door off, honestly, because that'll let that natural light come into this utility room as well. So just getting a little further back view here. So that's over to where the bathroom was. Again, over to the steps, laundry area. Gas-fired boiler. And then our service panel for the electric, which we had upgraded last year to 200 amps. So we've got you know, a lot of circuits in this house, even with this 200 amp panel. But there's some things that can come out of there. You know, there's some double throw breakers that are in there that aren't even being used. We just left them because, for example, the stove in the kitchen used to be electric. When we moved in, we got a gas one. But yeah, so we're gonna basically be moving all the utilities around. If you look up here in the ceiling, this is the main parting beam for the house, of course, supported by the steel columns. So all this electric needs to get moved. We've got gas lines that need to be relocated. Basically, everything needs to get tucked up into the up to the ceiling so that we can put drywall down here. This is going to be a big project, just relocating all the utilities. You know, with the washer and dryer, obviously right now it's venting outside through that glass window. That window is going to be completely removed and blocked up because it's below grade and leaks. So we're just going to brick that up and retire that window. But what I'm thinking over here is that, you know, we're going to have to obviously put the dryer vent out. So we'll have some video coming up on that voyage. You know, the other thing that we need to have down here is a utility sink I'd like to have. But really, I think we're really just kind of going for open space. We're not really closing in any, you know, any walls or anything. All this area down here is just going to be completely wide open. You know, we may put a closet on this wall or something like that. I'm not sure. Maybe build a half wall between the boiler wall over there. This here, what I'm affectionately calling the living space. So that's how that's all probably going to shake out. Well, I hope that gave you a good overview of the basement and some of the ideas that we have for this space. And you know, I'm just an average guy, just a DIYer. Obviously not a contractor, but this isn't my first rodeo. I've done this several times before, so it should be a fun journey. This is definitely something that's going to be a journey. This is not going to be one of those quick video series where you see transition from this to this. Just not going to happen that way. But if you're interested at all in home remodeling, I hope I can provide some tips for you along the way, show you a few things in my research that I have found while trying to figure out everything that we wanted to do down here. There are definitely some areas online where it just amazes me when you search for information, you cannot find it no matter how many different keywords that you use. So hopefully I can help to fill in the voids on some of that stuff. I appreciate you checking out my channel here, and you know, come along and see, you know, how this goes. I'm thinking that we're going to get started probably on the plumbing retrofit first, because that's probably going to be the easiest to do, is to take out all the plumbing. So until next time, this is Straight Cut DIY. Have a great day.